Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're just joining for the first time, I'm Aisha and I make YouTube videos on life in the UK as an international fashion student. So on today's video, I'm going to tell a story on how I got in trouble, big trouble in Denmark. I uploaded a video on my Denmark trip and it was so amazing.
Yeah, just that at the almost end, it turned to a very bad something.
Let's move to the story. On the last day of our trip, it was a school trip. And on the last day of the trip, we all gathered at the airport on our way back to the UK. We're on the line at the checkout baggage area doing the documentation and all. And I was on the line. I presented my papers, my passport. The person in charge told me my passport has expired, that what other document do I have? And I actually didn't know that UK passport is like 3 months. It's always stated on UK passport that you're meant to enter the UK within this particular period of time, and it's like a 3 month period. So I thought that's just for traveling, and after that your passport is still valid, just that you should travel within that 3 months. But it has actually expired in 3 months. So the passport has expired. The lady asked, what other document do I have? I was like, I don't have any other documents, but I have them on my phone. She said they're not taking phone document, that I need to present my documents. And while leaving UK to Denmark, I wasn't asked for those other documents. I was just asked for my traveling tickets, passports, that's all. And I only have my ID. So I was meant to take my BRP card along. Stupid me, I was the only one that didn't take my BRP. I know. I'm not stupid. I didn't forget. A day to the traveling day, I actually asked a friend of mine if there's any other documents I was meant to take, and she was like, okay, that's all the documents. But she thought I do have my BRP along with me, because your BRP, you're actually meant to take that BRP card along with you anywhere you go. So it's actually meant to be in my wallet, and I always keep it in my document because I don't want it to get lost, so I don't take it around. So she thought I already have my BRP card with me, so I didn't take my BRP, and I called my tutor in charge, my lecturer in charge, to intervene in this situation. So she told them it's from the school, they know about me, I am a legal student, blah blah blah. And they were like, no, they called the upper hand, the bosses of the bosses, they called them, and they were like, they're not taking any other documents aside the original document, which is like the BRP. What is the way forward? They said they can't allow me to pass. So I will be in Denmark till I get my BRP. And they said I should contact the immigration office in Denmark, UK immigration office, to issue a new BRP. It's something I can't imagine. I was so excited to go back to the UK. I can't imagine high of all students, only high. I was set aside and everybody was looking at me, all eyes on me. And I was like, I didn't really care about those eyes on me, because I was like, okay, this thing will be sorted out in few minutes and I'll get through. But unfortunately, it wasn't sorted. It didn't get through. So they called everybody callable, and the last result is that I will remain in Denmark. I watched everybody leave the airport, and I was the only one left behind. I learned a lot from that experience. I really learned a lot, because on our trip I left everything to my travel partner, my friend. I left everything to her, so she was the one always in charge of where we're going, what we're doing, figuring out the map. So I was like, okay, my friend got everything figured out, and I was so poor with direction. I am so poor with direction. Even till now, I don't get I don't know how to find my way around places on time unless I've been there several times, like several times. So from the airport back to the hotel, it feels like, how will I get to the hotel? Yeah, we've been there, but I don't know how to get there on my own. And I've never been to a new country all by myself. I thought about a lot of things at once at that time. I was so sad, and I kind of shed a bit of tears, but big girls don't cry. So I managed. And everybody said their goodbye, and I tried figuring out how to get to the hotel. So, in short, I got to the hotel safe and sound. And I was like, okay, this is not really bad. I was actually able to get my way around because Denmark is actually not an English country. They speak Danish, and everything at the train station, everything was written in Danish. Everything in the train, everything was written in Danish, and even the app I was meant to use, everything was written in Danish. Though I think there is a way you can figure it out. In short, I was able to get to the hotel safe and sound, and I was like, okay, it's not that bad. It wasn't that bad. And I slept. Of course, I slept. So the next day, I tried thinking of what to do. I called. Oh, and another thing, we were meant to travel on Friday. We were meant to travel on Friday, and the UK immigration doesn't open on weekends. So I had to wait till Monday. I called. Yeah, there was a line I could call in case of emergency, and I called that line. So it was telling me I'll have to wait to get my BRP within a month. So which means I was going to stay there for like a month before my BRP card gets sent to me from the UK people. And even if it's very early, like I'm trying to fast track it, it should be around like 2 weeks. I can't stay there for 2 weeks. I signed to leave on Friday, and the expiry date is like, no, it's like I still have, it's like 3 months tour visa, but there is like an expiry date, a day you're meant to come in and a day you're meant to leave. So that's the date that is tagged on the passports, and I missed that date. So I waited till Monday. And on that Saturday, I called a friend to send my BRP card from the UK. So that one is on the way, was on the way through DHL. DHL told me I should probably get it by Tuesday, Wednesday. So on Monday, I went to the UK embassy, and I was still told the same. I have to wait for up to like 2 weeks. And I will pay a very huge amount of money I wasn't ready to pay. So I just waited around for my BRP card to get to Denmark. And it's got there on Tuesday. So I waited till Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I got it on Tuesday, and I booked my flight to the UK for Tuesday night. So I left on Tuesday. I had a lot of fear. I had fear of traveling on my own. I've never traveled on my own before. Going to the airport on my own. I've never gone to the airport on my own before. I'm always with someone, and I depend on the person to figure out where we're going. I don't really do it on my own. So my other fear kicked in at that point of trying to figure out where to go, moving around at the airport, trying to make it in time. But it was really easy. It was just like going to the train station to pick a train or bus, kind of. So that's how I felt it was. It's like God really pushed me to face my fear in a very bad way. Now I've gotten over it. I've really gotten over it, and I believe I can really do anything now, because that's like one of my biggest fear. When I experienced that fear, I was like, okay, this is very simple. Why was I fearing about this thing? God pushed me to my independence, but in a very bad way. Moving on, I got to the airport. I got through everything. I got to the UK, and at the UK, what's the name? The immigration side where you are meant to stamp your passport. So I got there, and that's when another problem began. I thought I was through with all this shit. So the lady checked my passport. Nobody actually asked for my BRP. The second time I got my BRP, guys, at Denmark airport, nobody asked me for my BRP. The BRP that delayed me, nobody asked for it. I was like, oh God, did you do this on purpose? Because I don't get. They didn't even ask me for this BRP. The UK officer asked for my passport, and she was about to stamp. She was really about to stamp. That's when she stopped, and she told me I overstayed at Denmark. My passport date was meant to be on Friday. I was meant to leave Denmark on Friday, and I didn't leave, and I left on Tuesday, so I've overstayed. She called the bosses, and she was like, I can't enter to the UK because I've overstayed in Denmark. And I was like, is this not meant to be checked by Denmark people? Are they not the one to tell me I've overstayed in Denmark, so they won't allow me to travel? But it's the UK officer that actually told me I've overstayed and I won't be allowed to enter into the UK. I was like, oh God, another problem. Wahala. I explained everything to the officer. I explained everything that happened. She took a while, and she got back. She told me I was a very lucky soul. She told me I was a very lucky soul, that initially they are meant to someone with this type of situation, because I wasn't meant to overstay the date on my passport. I was meant to leave on before or on that same day. She'll allow me to pass. She stamped my passport. I scaled through, guys. I got through to the UK. Though on the bright side, I was able to tour around Denmark for about 3-4 days more, even though I was so sad. But at least I thought I couldn't waste that opportunity. And my university actually really stayed with me. They kept calling, they kept looking for ways for me to go around. They were so supportive. I didn't really feel alone. Calls kept coming through till I got to the UK. Even after I got to the UK, they kept calling if I'm okay, this and that, and they had a meeting with me if I'm good. So that's it on this video. You can check on the tour to Denmark. It's like the second to the last video I posted. Guys, thanks for watching. Kindly subscribe to my channel. Kindly like, comment, share, and turn on notification bell so you'll be the first person to see my next video. Thank you guys. Bye.